So, as part of the inherited canon, yes. As part of the inherited canon, yes, because she is part of the syllabus, and the syllabus would have come down through the ages. But I think beyond that, there are two significant answers. One is really obvious, which is money, and I think. When we read Austen, it's kind of incredible how much the books are about money. And certainly in Indian society and in societies all over the world, people are interested in money. So Austen herself, in terms of her life, was never ashamed about wanting to make money. She was someone who had to live off the charity of her brothers, and so in her letters to at least one of her brothers, she talks very candidly about the need for money, the desire to make money. And, here it was a brilliant, brilliant woman constrained by her circumstances, wanting to make money. And I always think about the delicious irony in that Austen's face is now on the £10 note in the UK, for someone who spent so much of her life thinking about money. And they're in the books. I mean, someone once said that returning to an Austen novel isn't like returning to an old friend. It's more like returning to an old financial advisor, because the novels are full of enumerations about people's income, the size of their property, the size of their land, their plans to make more money, how are they surviving, So money is so key to the plots and to the characters, whether it's deception or the need for security or the need for stability. So I think the way Austen talks about money is something that people can really relate to in many, many societies. And that's one thing, in my opinion, that makes her so continuingly relevant. The other thing, of course, is marriage. And many people will have spoken about this, particularly in a South Asian context. And I think it's easy to say that, we talk about arranged marriages in a South Asian context, and that's a realm of cliche, and that's a realm of really well-trodden discussion, and perhaps it's not so relevant anymore. But I don't think that would be true at all. I mean, I think marriage continues to be a really elemental constituent of society here. It's a sort of a fulcrum. And it may be that we're talking and thinking about marriage in different ways. For example, the rights of gay people to marry went to the Indian Supreme Court recently, and the Supreme Court rejected that case, saying it was for the legislature to make those arrangements. But so we are talking about marriage in different ways, but we're still talking about marriage. And, this is a country where you can be killed for who you marry, depending on where you are, if certain caste codes are seen to be flouted. This is a country where interfaith marriages are still policed. So, marriage is a really key part of the society. And I think the way Austen talks about it, and the way that she has it at the forefront of all her novels, makes it a particularly interesting book to read in these societies.